Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is Gems of War. And today I have three teams for you for the Warden class event. Once again, pretty tight restriction. Once again, kind of annoying, but I got a high level team, a mid level team, and a low level team for you for the Warden class event. So, starting with the high level team, the restriction was Magrim Woods Beast. So, it has to be a beast from Magrim Woods. So like I said in a previous video, maybe you want to look at your weapons for stuff like that when it's a really tight restriction, really limiting you to only, what, like 10 options or something like that. You might want to look at your weapons because you have access to all your weapons while you only have access to 10 to 12, like, troops. What I came up with here with the actual troops, where I can use everything at my disposal for the high level team. I got the hammer. What's the hammer's name there? Hold on. It's that Wolf Hammer. I got the Wolf Hammer, I got Hatir and Scroll, I got the Forest Guardian, and I got Inari. So this team is a skull converting team, a double skull converting team. We got the Magrim Woods weapon, the Wolf Hammer, and Inari, which can go back and forth pretty good together. And we got the Hatir and Scroll and the Forest Guardian that go back and forth together pretty good. So Inari's going to turn green to blue at the start of battle. And the hammer makes green and blue, I'm pretty sure. And so then you can use the hammer, and they go back and forth. So Inari, if you don't have it at the beginning of the battle, you get the hammer up, cast the hammer, and then you have the Inari. Or you cast Inari if you have it at the start of battle, and usually that's going to get up maybe your Hatir and Scroll, and then you can go from there. But yeah, like the first and the last work with each other real well, and then like the two middle ones do all the skull damage and work together well. I'll show you here on the so this does green and blue for each Magrim Woods ally. Everything on our team is Magrim Woods. This converts green to purple and yellow to Doomskull. And then this converts purple to skulls and brown to green. So you heard the same color there a couple times with those skulls. And then convert green gems to spirit gems, which is blue gems. So the weapon makes green and blue. Inari transforms green to blue. And then you got the two middle troops, the skull troops. One of them's like converting to purple, then the other one converts skulls to purple. One converts like something to green, and the other one converts green to brown. Like, they work together, so it's really nice the way that was working. That's probably my favorite team on this whole video. Alright, here's the team if you don't have, like, Hatir and Scroll, maybe. I would go with just a Dawnbringer, if you're trying to, especially if you're trying to level the Warden, because then you can use Forest Guardian to 50% start your... That's what the other team that I just showed too, the high-level team. The Forest Guardian was 50% start and everything on the team. That needed it anyway. Like the Inari doesn't need it. But Dawnbringer with all yellow allies, which most people do on class events. Like, you're going to do some sort of weapon, most likely. And Dawnbringer is a really good weapon for this kind of thing. And if you use all yellow allies, it hits harder. And the yellow allies I have are mana generating, so that's cool too. The Inari, once again, turns green to blue. Blue is a color that the Dawnbringer actually uses. Forest Guardian 50% starts beasts. We're going to make ourselves a Warden. We're going to 50% start ourselves. Now, you don't have to do that part. If you want to come up with it, maybe you don't want to use the Forest Guardian. Maybe you don't want to use two Inaris. Up to you. But I think a Dawnbringer or a Dancing Daggers or a Black Manacles or something, Fiendfire, whatever, would go pretty good with the class event, especially if you're just doing the free battles. I think the first team's better if you're trying to go further than the free battles, and I think this team is probably the best if you're trying to just do your free battles and get your gems. So yeah, Dawnbringer with all yellow allies is never too fun because the yellow allies usually don't go super well with it, but sometimes they do, like Inari and Forest Guardian. You might be able to put like something else on that team. These are just ideas for you. And the class event is one of the hardest things to come up with ideas for. So, mix and match. Alright, here we have the low-level team. This one was definitely the worst once again. I think this was the case the last class event too. Like, it's really hard to come up with like a low-level team for the class event. You almost just want to just use Black Manacles and then build your team around that. Or just use Mang and build your team around that. Or just use Dancing Daggers and build your team around that. Or use the Magrim Woods weapon and build your team around that. Or use like a beast weapon and build your team around that. You almost have to build your team around a weapon. So I tried to build my team around Mang here. and there's not like a lot of skull troops, so you're kind of stuck there with your pants down looking for skulls. But it worked. It was fine. So I got Mang, I got the Dire Wolf, I got Fenrir, and then I got Inari again. So Inari's on every single team, which was, for this team, it was kind of annoying because it was clunky anyways, and I was kind of standing there staring at me and the enemy were like staring at each other, and nothing was going on really some of the time. And then like all these blue spirit gems are on the board, they were taking them, draining my mana, making it take longer. It was kind of annoying, like honestly. But the goal here is to cast your Mang, drain their armor, give yourself attack, take skulls. We're looking for skulls. And then the Dire Wolf can entangle if you need it to. It can get an extra turn if you got enough green. We have a green storm. It can put a Hunter's Mark on the first enemy so you hit even harder. The Fenrir can boost up your attack and your life, and you're a beast, so it does double. And then we got the Inari changing green to blue to get up the Fenrir and stuff like that. So it was the best I could come up with. Maybe try Trickster Shot, maybe try Earth's Fury, Dancing Daggers, Black Manacles, something like that. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. Helps a lot. Tell your guild about the channel. Comment below. Here's the team code for you. I hope one of those helped you. I think the first one's the best. Second one's decent.